Welcome home. This is Audio EXP, the weekly podcast from Geek Native. I'm your host, Gertie, and today is the 13th of June 2026. This week we are dissecting a major crisis for one of the industry's largest role-playing publishers, examining strict new software boundaries on the web's biggest digital RPG storefront, and welcoming a very special guest to the show to rant about the state of modern pop culture. Before we dive into the headlines, we have a quick update on our ongoing community events. For the month of June, Dice Average RPG are our celebrated honourees for the RPG Publisher Spotlight. I am in touch with the studio right now, and our deep dive Q&A is officially underway, so keep an eye on the site over the coming weeks to read the full interview. We also have a bit of a surprise segment to kick off the show. Our very own Bronwen has hijacked part of the podcast this week to share some strong opinions about a trending piece she published on Wednesday. I will let her take the microphone.
Hi Gertie, Gerdinator, Gerdfather Andrew. I'm crashing your podcast this week because I have something to say. And that is that I've had it with dark timeline revivals and sequels to our favourite popular TV shows. The worst example and offender I can think of is Picard. But I've also been pretty upset by what they recently did to Tommy Shelby and other beloved characters, taking our joy, comfort and nostalgia and then just basically stamping all over it. Now, I posted this on Wednesday and so many people seem to agree with me. Do you? Anyway, I've found a coping mechanism, a way of dealing with this when, not if, it happens to you, because the studios aren't likely to stop. Well, I've included that in my blog, and you can thank me later. Okay, as you were.
That static was deliberate, by the way. It took me ages to find some royalty-free sound effects to fill that transition for you. Anyway, on to our lead story this week, which looks at the severe economic shockwave still rippling through the tabletop hobby. Paizo has announced a major corporate restructuring and immediate layoffs following a distribution deadlock with Diamond Comics. This ongoing logjam has severely throttled the physical pipeline of Pathfinder and Starfinder products to comic book shops and hobby retailers, with supply chain stalled and revenue tied up in distribution logistics. Paizo has been forced to downsize its staff and realign its publishing schedule, sending ripples through the industry and highlighting how vulnerable even major publishers are when it comes to legacy comic channel distribution networks. We're really sorry for the 12 employees affected. And meanwhile, the digital ecosystem is experiencing a sharp policy shift to protect user security. DriveThruRPG has officially updated its storefront rules to completely eliminate new executable software. To combat growing security vulnerabilities and malware risks, the platform will no longer accept standalone tools, generators, or virtual tabletop applications packaged as exe files. From now on, the digital creators who are looking to sell software must do it elsewhere, as the DTRPG store sticks to the PDS EPUBs and other static documents that made it so successful. In miniature wargaming news, an historic lore barrier has been completely shattered. Games Workshop has broken a 38-year silence by officially revealing the Emperor's true state in Warhammer 40k, the 11th edition. Since the inception of the franchise, the true metaphysical and physical condition of the Master of Mankind has been shrouded in mystery and propaganda. Now, the 11th edition text explicitly addresses the status of the Carrion Lord of the Imperium. fundamentally altering the narrative landscape of the grimdark future and maybe paving the way for sweeping reveals for the setting's core lore. On the television side of sci-fi, grim storylines are causing real-world anxiety. A cancelled Christmas special and a sudden production tender has left the future of Doctor Who deeply uncertain. The BBC's decision to open up the production logistics to outside corporate bidding, combined with the sudden erasure of a holiday staple, has fans and industry insiders questioning the long-term stability of the Whoverse under the current co-production deals. If you're looking for a lighter, more heroic escape from bleak realities, we have two excellent digital options for you. Superhero fans can celebrate as the Valiant Adventures superhero role-playing game has officially landed on DriveThru Comics, bringing the iconic comic universe to your tabletop using the acclaimed Mutants and Masterminds engine. Finally, you can live the low life and save big on the Archer & Games Branchalona RPG double feature. The premium Spaghetti Fantasy is currently running a really heavy discount on the bundle of holding, making it the perfect time for you to grab the core books and dive into a world of roguish anti-heroes. That's it for this week. Thanks for listening to Audio EXP. For all the links to all the stories, including Bronwen's, head over to Geek Native. Until next week, stay geeky.